Hi, this is Christy from birdmentor.com, where I teach advanced skills to beginning birders, and thanks for joining me today. So I was lying in bed this weekend trying to savor just a few extra minutes of warmth under the covers when I noticed out the window a bird swoop into the ponderosa pine tree outside, and when it got to the tree, it hopped from branch to branch to branch until it reached the top. And now I was just a little bit too warm and maybe a little bit too tired to get out of bed because basically the shades were still drawn, and they're the kind of shades that are made of these thin strips of bamboo, so you can still kind of see through them just enough where you get a silhouette of the bird. And anyway, so I didn't want to get out of bed, and I just resolved that I was going to have to identify this bird using its shape, its size, and its behavior, because that's all I was getting. And you know, sometimes that's all that you do get. When I was first starting out, I remember that the only thing I wanted to look at in a bird were its markings. But I quickly learned that there were other features of a bird that I could key in on that would help me make an identification of that bird way quicker. Now, I often see beginning birders be in awe of an expert birder when they're able to make an identification of a bird after just seeing it for a split second or a flash, you know? And that's because the expert birders, like, one of their tricks is that they focus on features of the bird that aren't just the markings. Oftentimes the markings are the last thing that they're looking at. In my course, Advanced Skills for Beginning Birders, I developed the 7 questions to bird identification to give beginning birders a framework so you kind of know where to begin and where to end when you're looking at a bird and trying to identify it. So where do you think markings falls in that list of 7 questions? It's actually number 7. It's the very last thing that you want to look at. So let's get back to that example I had of that bird that I saw this weekend. So all I had to go on was its size, its shape, and its behavior. Okay, so with the size, it was bigger than a robin and smaller than a crow. And the shape, it kind of had this funky crest on top of its head. But it was its behavior that gave away the identity of this bird in just 3 simple motions. Hop, hop, hop. So there's really only one family of birds that hops up a tree shortly after it lands in it. There's other birds that flit around in a tree or that flap from branch to branch when they get around in there, but only one species of bird actually hops from branch to branch, and they usually go up as they're doing it. Any guesses? All right, if you do have a guess, I'd like to know this week how you came to that answer. So let me know what your guess is, and also why you think it's that bird. And go ahead and leave your guesses in the comment section below, because I'd love to hear your thoughts. And until next week, get out there and help spread some bird love in the world. Thanks for joining me today. Anyone have any guess as to what bird made that last call right before the video ended? All right, that'll be the bonus question for this week. So go ahead and leave your guess along with your first guess for the bird that I saw this weekend.